Hi friends, it's Victor Costa, Peace, Love, and Muscles. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having an outstanding day. Thank you so much for the likes, the shares, and the subs. Today's video is about how many calories do you need to get bigger. Now, I don't want to be flip about the answer to this question, but I'm going to give you a comment that you can use at any cocktail party that you might enjoy, especially if you're sort of the big man or big girl on campus where people are always saying to you, how many calories do you need to get bigger? Ready for the answer? It's one more calorie than you are actually burning. At least, right? It's at least one more calorie than you're actually burning. So if you think about it, if it takes 2,500 calories a day to be Victor, right? It takes 2,000 calories a day just to run my body, for me to be me, and then for me to go bodybuilding, and I would say that's about 500 calories per hour. I train about an hour when I work out. So of course, Victor is going to burn about 2,500 calories in a day. You could make a good argument that if I were only eating 2,400, something would have to be compromised to an extent. And of course, because I can't pick and choose which faculty I would like to be diminished, meaning I don't need to think today, so let's save the calories from there to help beef up the rest of my body. That's not how the body works. In fact, what happens is the entire machine becomes deficient and doesn't function properly. I'm functioning less than optimally at almost every body function because that's how the body works. It's like gas in a car. If there's no gas, it doesn't run. So think of it in those terms. I know it's a flip comment, but you have to have at least, right? One could make a very good argument that you would at least need one more calorie than you were actually burning to get bigger, right? Now, of course, one more calorie is not going to do much for you. So this is what I would propose. I would try to figure out how many calories does it take just to be Jenny, Hector, Luke, Sean, Michael, Yoda, whatever your name is, and then add the calories that you're using from your activity. So throw on top of that, add the activity that you use to get in shape. So if it's bodybuilding or fitness, I would say that's bodybuilding. It's about 500 calories per hour. If it's something like swimming, for an hour, I would put in something more like 800 calories. Or my buddies who do jujitsu, I would put in probably maybe even 1,000 calories per hour. And those are easy to find. Those are easy to track by finding on the web how many calories is the activity. The American Cancer Society, by the way, has a pretty good website about measuring the activity and how many calories are per that activity. So I would add those two things together, right? Your height and weight, and you can get your BMR, your basic metabolic rate, your basal metabolic rate, and then work from there. And I would find out what that is, and then I would eat maybe another 100 calories per day. I wouldn't eat a lot more than that. Another 100 calories per day just for a couple of weeks. But what you don't want, because what you don't want to happen is to put on too much too fast. So it looks like you're wearing your dad's suit, you know? It looks like it doesn't quite fit you yet. I would rather just have that extra 100 calories per day, do that for the next week or 2 weeks or so, and then work from there. So instead of taking a protein powder or something, a weight gainer where you're adding another 500 or 600 calories because you want to put on weight fast, that weight is going to look begged for and borrowed. I promise you, it will look like your dad's or mom's clothing when you were a little kid on you. You want to fit into your new body. You want to just have a little bit more than you're burning to work with, to mold, to use as your brick and mortar, to use as your clay to create yourself. So we know for certain that you shouldn't be at a deficit, right? If you want to get bigger, that's for certain. If you want to run the machine optimally, you're going to need at least the amount of calories that you're outputting, and then I would add a little bit more for that bodybuilding premium, that brick and mortar, that clay that you'd like to work with. So when somebody says to you, hey, I know you're the local fitness expert, how many calories does it take to get bigger? One more calorie than you're burning. So I think that's a good answer, at least before you get into, well, let me explain to you a little bit more and then talk about another 100 calories a day for another couple of weeks and then maybe another 50 on top of that and see how it goes. People always tell me, Vic, I want to gain 25 pounds. Well, gaining 5 pounds is on the way to 25. Can't we get to 5 and then reassess and see how things go from there? So anyway, guys, listen, I love you all. Peace, love, and muscles. Please take care of yourselves. Please like, share, and subscribe. That's really good. And then look in the description portion of this video. I'll tell you how to get my ebook. It's very simple. That's it. All right? Take care of yourselves. Peace, love, and muscles, and good health. Bye.